So hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss data types in Python. So what is data type and why we need the data types? So first of all, what is data type? Data type is a category of data we use in programming or computing. So what means category of data? In your room or in your house, you have bookshelf for books. For containing the water, you have one big tank at the top of your house, maybe. And also you used to keep various different things in various different jars like sugar, salt, etc, etc. Why? We use different containers for different things, right? So in the same way, in the world of programming, we use different types of containers for storing different types of data. So let's see what are the different data types in Python. So here are these different data types in Python. Basically, data types have two main categories or two main types. First is predefined data types, and second is user defined data types. So as you know, Python is everything about object. So everything in Python is an object, right? So user defined data type is an object of some specific classes. We will discuss it in later when we are discussing about object oriented programming in Python. In this video, we will see what is predefined data type in Python or primitive data types in Python. The first primitive data type is numeric data types, and it contains int, floats and complex. The second primitive data type in Python is text type, and it contains strings. There are some sequence types as well, that is list, then tuple and ranges. Then mapping type, that is dictionary, set type, set and frozen set. Again the Boolean type, that is bool, that contains true or false, and then none type, it contains nothing. Okay, so let's see the numeric type, and first numeric type is integer. So I have created here one variable a, and here you can see I have assigned a value 10 to the variable a, and let's print a variable a. So print a, and let's see the what is the type of variable. Okay, so I will run this, and you can see the print a statement prints the value of variable, that is 10, and the type of variable is class of int. So it is the type of integer variable. And you know, in integer it contains anything from minus infinity to positive infinity, but it's a whole number, or it's a integer. It's like that: minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc, etc. You can contain anything, any big number it can be hold in integer. The condition is only your RAM is sufficient enough to contain that number. But that don't worry, our nowadays our computers are too powerful. So the second numeric data type is float, and here you can see if I want to store some like fractional values like pi 3.1429. Okay, so in that case you can see here, this is the value of pi, and this is the floating type value. If you want to know more about the floating type value, then you can read what is the floating point operations, etc, on the Python documentation. But I will print the value of pi and what is the type of pi. So you can see here, as I run this program, you can see this is 3.1429 is printed here, and its class is float. Okay, so this is the floating point operations, or this is the floating point values or float values that we usually do in our calculation. And one more interesting thing about floating point value is the precision or accuracy of the floating point value is up to 15 decimal. After that, it tries to approximate the value. Then our next data type, here you can see in floating data type, it also considers the exponential data types. So I have created here the salary, and it's exponential data type. So 2e6, what exactly it means? 2e6, it means 2 into 10 to the power 6. That is, 2 is the mantissa of this expression, and 6 is the exponent. Okay, so I will, and here I will print the salary, and I will print the type of salary as well. So let's see what is the output of this. So here you can see this is around 2 million, right? This is the salary, and you can see it's after that point 0. So it's a floating type, and you can see class float. So exponent in Python is treated as floats. Then the complex. This is also an interesting data type. You haven't seen it in other programming languages, but Python is like used for scientific computation, and also we need the complex numbers as well. So complex numbers is a very interesting mathematical term. I don't know you know about it or not, but it's a kind of imaginary number. So it has two parts. The first one is 3. You can see here, this is the real part, and then plus 2j. Mostly this is the imaginary part, and j is the complex number. So 2j is 2 times of that complex number. Okay, so we usually use j to represent complex number, and I will print this complex number, and then I will print the type of the complex number. So let's run the program, and you can see here 3 plus 2j, and its type is complex. So these are the three types of numeric data type. Then come to text data type, and that is string. So here I have created one string name, and I have assigned a value of my name Akshay to it. And you can see here, um, let's first print the name, print the string. Okay, so I will print the string. You can see this will print my name Akshay, and after that string is the its class is the str is for string. Even we can access the specific letters in a string as well. So for that you used to use the square bracket annotation, that is called indexing in Python, and I will provide value 1 to it, and I will rerun it. So you can see this is the second letter K. It is at position 1. So indexing in Python starts with 0. So my letter A has index 0, letter K has index 1, S has index 2, H has index 3, A has index 4, and Y has index 5. And also negative indexing also works here. So if I want to print Y, then I can start with -1. So -1 is Y, and I will print this. So you can see this is the -1, and let's print it again. Now you can see here Y is printed on the screen. So this is the -1. So you can start by positive indexing or negative indexing as well. Then we can print string in different ways. We can use the single quotes to print the specific line of or the sequence of characters, as well as you can use the double quotes. But when we use the triple quotes, you can print the string in multi-line format, or you can enter the multi-line text in it. So let's try to run this program, and you can see this hello world is from this first print statement. Then the second hello world is from this str2 print str2 statement, and then third hello world is from here, print str3. So in str3 you can see this is the first empty line. So here it includes the empty line, that's why empty line is there, and then three hello worlds are printed there. So in string you can do multiple things. There is one dedicated chapter in this course on the string. So we will know about the string in very detail in that chapter. This is just the introduction for string data type. Okay. Then let's come to the sequence data type, and the first data type in the sequence types is list. In Python, list is a kind of collection of object. Okay, so just imagine it as in your cupboard. You keep the different items, like you if you like you keep your laptops there, your watches, your clothing, etc., etc., in your cupboard. And in some cases there are some show pieces as well you kept in cupboard, right? So in the same way, cupboard, we can say cupboard is the collection of different things. So in the list, we can say list is the collection of different things. So here you can see in the list, I have created a list with the square bracket annotation, and I have kept different items in the list with the separate, they are separated by commas. Okay, so you can see this is the first item, which is a string, which is my name Akshay. The second item is 25, which is my age. And you can see the third item is the list itself. We can keep the list inside the list. These are the languages I know. Then you can see this the fourth item. It's some random thing, 100.22, but I just keep it to show you. You can put any kind of data type. So you can see this is the string data type, integer data type, list data type, and float data type. So list is a collection of different datas of different data types. So let's print the list, and you can see the list is printed here. Let's check the type of the list. You can see class list. This is the type of the list. Then I want to show you that as we are doing indexing in the string, in the same way we can perform indexing operation in the list. So if I want to print my name only, which is at the 0th index in this list, so I will print like data list 0, and I will print it. Okay, so let's try to print it. So you can see Akshay is printed here. And also lists are the mutable type. What it means, we can change the items in the list. Okay, so let's try to change the age from 25 to 24. So detail here 01, and I will assign the element at the index 1. This is the 0th index, and this is the first index. So I will change it from 25 to 24, and I will print the list again. So you can see now it is changed to 24. So the next sequential data type is tuple. You can imagine tuple as the list, but it's a immutable kind of list. Okay, so we cannot, once we create a tuple, we are not able to change the values in the tuples. Okay, so I have created my tuple with this parenthesis, and I have keep four values in it which are separated by commas. Okay, and let's print it. So you can see this is the tuple, right? And let's try to print its type as well. So you can see the class is tuple. Okay, one more interesting thing, if you want to just put one item in the tuple, then you can't do in the same way. If you do it in the same way, and if you try to run, it's just printed this one, right? And if I will try to print it, its type, so you can see its type is integer, it's not tuple, because Python got confused, because when we create a tuple with one element, we need to provide a comma, and if we provide a comma, then it's a tuple. Okay, now you can see it's a tuple, and if I do this as well, then you can see it's a tuple. Okay, and there is no need actually to use this parenthesis. We can create tuple in this way as well. So I will create this. You can see tuple is created, and you can see its type is tuple itself. But why we are not doing this is, if you are doing, like, if you are creating a list, and in that list you are using a tuple, and in that scenario, just imagine I am creating this list, and I want to create a tuple. But Python compiler or Python interpreter will confuse it. It won't consider it as a tuple. You want to create a tuple inside a list, then you need to provide this brackets, right? And then it will create a tuple inside a list, right? So that's why we usually use this parenthesis notation to create the tuple. Okay. So one more thing about the tuple. As I said you, tuple is a immutable, right? So what I did is I tried to change the second position value. So this is the first index. Sorry, this is the 0th index which contain value 1, and this is the first index which contains the value 2, and I want to change it with 6. And if I run it, you can see tuple object which does not supports the changes, right? So item changes or item assignment, we can't change the value. That's why tuple is a immutable data type. Then after that, the next data type is the range, and I will print it. You can see this is the range. So what the range exactly is, you can see range is a function which takes three kinds of parameters. The first parameters is starts from, second parameters is ends to, and the third parameter is step. What it means? It means I want to create a sequence which starts from 1 and which ends at 10, and which has a step of 2. Okay, so you can see it create this range, and its class, its type is range, but you can see it just shows the range. Okay, so for that I want to use a list here. Okay, I want to convert it to list. So okay, and let's try to, okay, so let's change it. Let's change it to list and let's rerun the program. So now you can see 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. The gap between them is 2 and it starts from 1 and it's end with 10, right? So this is the tuple, and if I change this to here, if I don't pass this 2, then it will consider, and you can see except 10 is exclusive. We are not including 10. It will print everything from 1 to 9, 1 up to 9. 9 is inclusive, 10 is exclusive. So this is the range. Actually, range function is a kind of generator. We will see how we can create our custom generators in depth in the further topics that called generators, but it's quite advanced, so I keep it as a here. It's just a data type. Okay, then map type. In map type we usually creates dictionaries. So what is a dictionary? So dictionary is the set of key value pair. So you can see I have created a dictionary with starting curly braces and ending curly braces, and in them I have created multiple key value pairs. Okay, so these are the multiple key value pair. First key value pair, so you can see this is the name is the key, and I have separated with colon, and I have passed the value as action. I have separated first key value pair with comma. Then I have created age, assigned it value after colon with 25 and separated by comma. And also gender is male. Then you can see watch time for my YouTube channel is this much hours that I want actually. So you can imagine. And one more important thing, it is not necessary that we always have to pass the string as a key. We can pass integer or any primitive type as a key in this kind of dictionary, but usually what we do, it's for simplicities, we usually use list. Okay, so let's print our dictionary. So I will print my dictionary. So you can see I have printed this dictionary, and this dictionary is printed here. Okay, and even you can access the specific element. If I want to access the watch time, so I will pass this in the square bracket, I will pass the key, so it will create the watch time. Okay, if I want the name, so okay, if I want this name, let's copy this name as key and pass it here, and let's run the program again. You can see the name string comes here. This is the value for the key name in our dictionary. Then then the thing is print. Okay, let's print the type of our dictionary, and you can see its type is dict. Okay, then our next category of type is set type. In set we have this is the set. So I have created one set, my set, with the opening and closing curly braces, and I have passed the multiple elements or multiple items in it. Okay, so you can see 1 1 2 2 2 55 55 5 3 3 3 3 3, and let's try to print it. You will understand what the set actually is. So if I print, you can see 1 2 3 5 and 55. Okay, so it means set contains only unique elements. So here you can see I have two ones, but still it contains only one. I have 3 times 2, but still it contains only 2. I have 3 4 times, but still it contains 3. Then I have 5 one time, so it is 5, and 55 two times, it's 55. This is the thing. So we can define the set as set is the collection of unique elements in a random order. The most important thing you can see here, the order is not fixed. Okay, so here you can see I have passed 1 first, then 2, but you can see 3 is at the end, but still it comes here. 55 is after 5, but still it here you can see here. So we can see as like in a set is a unordered. Okay, and let's try to print the set. You can see class is a set. Then the second type in this set types is frozen set. Actually it's not the different thing, it's a set, but it has some less properties of set. Frozen set accepts some iterable types. So you can see here I have created one set with the vowels in the English alphabets. Okay, and you know in English alphabets we have only 5 vowels. There are no more vowels. If you are creating some program that contains vowel, and if you don't want to mess someone with your program, that they can add some other letter to OL. So that time you can create this frozen set, and I will run this program. Okay, so let's print this frozen set as well. So I will print this print. Okay, and let's rerun the program again. So now you can see frozen set, and it contains this ovals. Okay, so what the frozen set actually is, you can just imagine it as, we have list which is mutable, and we have another version of list, that is tuple, which is immutable. In the same way, you can imagine it as, we have set which is mutable, and also we have frozen set which is immutable. So you know where you can use the set and where you can use the frozen set. Frozen set is also a data type, so I have printed the type of frozen set, and you can see its data type is frozen set here. Okay, then let's come to our next data type, and that is Boolean type. And in Boolean type, it accepts the two value, that is true or false. And rather like all other programming language, the first letter for true is capital in Python, it's not small. If you use true in lower cases, then it's a wrong thing. Let's print it. I have created this variable is rainy. Actually there is rain at my place, so I have, that's why I have created this variable, and I have printed this variable. So you can see its value is true. And if there is no rain at my place, so you can change this to false. And let's try to run. You can see the false is printed here. Then after, let's print the type of it, and you can see its type is Boolean. Okay, then let's come to our last data type, and that is none type. And none type is nothing, it's empty, void. Okay, so if your variable in Python or object in Python doesn't contain anything, that means it contains none value. Okay, so I have intentionally created here one no data, and I have assigned a none to it, and I will print it. Okay, so you can see its value is none. And let's print its type. You can see its type is none type. So this is also an important type in Python. So one important thing, if you try to print the print function, and then it won't return anything, it will return none. Okay, let's try this as well. I will try to print. Okay, and let's print the print. Let's run. You can see it returns none. Why? We are not printing anything, but you can see this print inside the first print, this print will return nothing. That's why you can see the result of the first print statement is none. So this is the data types in Python, and these are the primitive data types in Python. If you have any questions related to the data type, then feel free to ask the questions in the comment section below. I will definitely answer all your questions. And if you think my content is helpful to you, then don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please like and share this video with the awesome programmers, and we will see you in the next video. Till then, happy coding.